I'm going to explain to you the fastest way that you can make 1 million MT. And this can be done even if you only have a little bit of MT. So the first thing you want to think about is how much MT do you have right now. If you're over 100k, you're one step ahead of the game. If you're not, it's okay. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do right now. So what you do is you use a budget filter, and you just use one budget filter until you get to 100k MT. You can use various ones, but there's not much need for that. You can just use one. Now in this video, I'm not here to explain, multiple filters for you guys. I have other videos for that, but I'll just show you one for the purposes of this video. Whoa. These are all snipes right here. These three guys, they're all snipes right here. I just got 3 snipes on the filter while I was just trying to show you the filter. It's basically Team Grizzlies. You're gonna go your max buyout to 1600 because the cheapest Grizzlies player, as you saw, is going for 1900. And I was just trying to find the cheapest Grizzlies player, and I ended up getting like 3 snipes off of it. So, and it was like I almost bid on one of the cards too, and I still got it. So put it to 1600, buy anything that pops up, and then look up the player's price. So you saw that I got those 3 snipes, right? Felipe Lopez, Grayson Allen, and Marco, whatever this man's name is. What I'll do is I'll send them to the auctions, and I'll look up their prices individually. So just for example, just to show you one of them, Marco, whatever his name was. So as you can see, the cheapest one is 2,500. So because I forgot what price I sniped him for, but you can go back and watch that. I sniped him for under 1600 or so, around there, right? And the cheapest one is 2,500. I'll sell it for 2,400, and I'll make some profit off of that. And then I'll do the same thing with Felipe Lopez and as well as Grayson Allen. Look, and I'm looking up the prices of Grayson Allen, and I see one for a snipe right here. This one's 2,000. I'll make a few hundred off this one if I buy it as well. So now I have 2 of them that I can post. I'll post them both for 2,400, and I'll make profit off both of the ones that I bought. So there are all the 4 snipes that I got. And you see, that's all you want to do. You do that process right there until you have 100k MT. Literally, that's all you do. And my recommendation is this. If you have, let's say, I don't know, any amount of MT, what you want to do is just use the filter until you have no more MT. And once you run out of MT, you go to your auctions and you start looking at all the players' prices and you post them all. And once they all sell, you repeat the process. So if you have 5,000 MT, you keep sniping players until you run out of MT. Then once you run out of MT, post the players and wait for all of them to sell. You'll notice that you'll have profit afterwards. What you started with, you'll have more after all the players sell if you posted them for the right prices. If you don't post them for the right prices, then they're not going to sell. Don't be over here thinking about why my player's not selling. If it's not the cheapest one, it's probably not going to sell, or it'll take a lot longer to sell. Always post it for the cheapest so it can get sold immediately, and so you can 100% guarantee that it's actually going to sell. And if you use the filters that I give you in the exact way that I tell you to, and the exact prices and everything, and do exactly as I say, you make profit, and you make profit fast. Like, trust me on this. I have 3 million MT for a reason. So now you're at 100k MT, right? After using this budget filter or using any one of the other budget filters that I talk about, or maybe you already had 100k when you started watching this video. How is the fastest way that you can get to 1 mil? You don't need to use budget filters anymore because there's no purpose of them. The only reason to use a budget filter is to earn enough MT to use an expensive filter. And the only filter that I would be using if I was at 100k MT is dark matter. That's it. Snipe dark matters. This is the secret. This is the secret that allows you to become rich in MT. Literally, I've sniped so many. I think I sniped total like 11 dark matters in my lifetime, right? And I think I'm like 11 for 14 right now on my dark matter snipes. You say, how do you get so, like, how do you not miss that much, or how are you so efficient with it? I have some sniping tips videos that you can go watch if you want to. I'll put them in the description. You should check them out after this video. But this is the way that you're going to become rich, is by sniping dark matters. And this is all I do. I don't snipe any other kind of cards except dark matters. Now, there are some galaxy opals you can snipe too that I would personally snipe as well. And I'll talk about those right now. So there's only a few of them though. So Luca is going to be one of them. I don't really recommend doing this, but you could do this if you want to. Like, you just put Galaxy Opal Luca and you put the minimum buyout to 500, and you continue refreshing until you see something and anything pops up, you buy it, because it's profit. Now, some of you guys seem to not understand the concept of the way these filters work, so I'm going to explain it to you right here because I get a lot of questions in stream about this. They ask me, why do I put the minimum buyout to 500? The reason I put the minimum buyout to 500 is because if a snipe pops up, it's only going to be able to pop up from 500 to 100,000. I'll show you right here. If I go to my auctions, right? Let's take, for example, this Sapphire Kawhi Leonard that I just have sitting here. I cannot post it for any cheaper than 500 MT, and I cannot post it for any higher than 100k MT. This means every single card that's in a game can only be posted within a range of 500 MT to 100,000 MT. And so if I have the minimum buyout to 500, there's an opportunity that I can see a Galaxy Opal Luka Doncic for 500 MT if someone were to post it for that much. But to be honest, the odds of that happening are very rare, but you still need to put it there because you never know. People have sent me screenshots of Dark Matters going up for 500 MT. And if you have the minimum buyout to anything higher than 500, you're missing out on those. You don't want to miss out on those. So put it at 500, just trust me. If you don't want to do that, you can put the maximum buyout to 100K and it'll literally have the same effect as if you had the minimum buyout to 500. But there's no reason to do this because it just requires you to scroll through the numbers more. And if you just put the minimum buyout, you literally just press one button right on the D-pad one time and you're already there. With the maximum buy, we got to hold it down until it gets all the way to 100K. There's no point in doing that. And you only need one or the other. You don't need both because they both mean the exact same thing. So you just need to put either one or the other. So that's just one example. Like Luka is one player, and then there's also guys like Giannis and Kevin Durant. Those are the other opals who are expensive as well, as you can see, you know, right here. And I would personally do this, but I don't because the dark matter filter has more players you can snipe. And I want to use a filter that has the most potential snipes on it. If I'm sniping Luka, KD, Giannis, I can only get the 2 versions of each of those cards. Luka has the hero version and he has his regular version. Giannis has his radioactive version and he has the all-star version. And then Kevin Durant, he has the quantum version, which is part of the same thing as Luka. And then he has the out of position version. Those are only 2 versions of each of the cards, although they both are good snipes. There's only 2 versions of each of them. So why would I try to snipe that when I can snipe so many dark matters? Look at how many dark matters are available. Kobe, Chris Bosh, Kareem, Melo, Grant Hill, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Garnett, Derrick Rose, Zion Williamson. There's Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. There's so many more cards you can snipe on the dark matter filter. Now, are those opal snipes more likely to pop up than the dark matter snipes? It's kind of hard to tell. I can't really tell you that because I haven't used those opal filters. But I would guess that they are more likely, but it really just depends because some of those opals go for around the same prices as some of these dark matters. So it's not really a guarantee. I would just use this filter because it's probably going to be somewhat similar in the consistency as the opal ones. And then at the same time, there's more potential players you can see. By the way, guys, if this video is helping you out, consider subscribing. We're doing a giveaway of 50K subs. And, you know, also 56% of you guys who watch the videos are not subscribed. So it would mean the world to me if you did. Now, the next question becomes, how long does it take to get a dark matter snipe? A lot of you guys ask me this as well. They're completely random. When it comes to sniping, it's completely random. With budget filters, they're consistent. But with these bigger filters, it's random. You can spend like 5 hours on a filter and not see anything, but don't let that discourage you. And if you're spending 5 hours on a filter, you're asking me, your question is, well, how am I supposed to make MT fast sniping on this filter if I go 5 hours without seeing anything? The reason you're making MT fast is because look at the prices of these guys. Bosh is one of the cheaper dark matters and he's ending at 200K. Kareem is ending at, well, this one has a diamond shoe in contract, so it's a little boosted, but let's say Kareem is like 400. Melo is like 300 to 400. Grant Hill, same thing. Kobe, 600 to 700. If you get one of these guys, you're making hundreds of thousands of MT off one snipe. And let's say I spent 3 hours. I always talk about this on my streams because a lot of people don't understand this idea right here. Listen to me right now. Imagine spending 3 hours on this dark matter filter with minimum buyout to 500. And I'm going 3 hours. I don't see anything. And then after 5 minutes, all of a sudden I see a dark matter Wilt Chamberlain pop up for 100,000 MT, and I end up getting that Wilt Chamberlain after 3 hours and 5 minutes of sniping on the filter. Well, let's take a look at Wilt Chamberlain's price to see what he goes for. This one has 16 minutes left, and it's almost at 400,000 MT. That's going to go up a little bit. Let's say he just ended at 400,000 MT just for the sake of the video. That's 400,000 MT profit made minus the 10% tax, so they'll take away 40K. But that's basically 400,000, right? Made within a 3 hour time span of sniping. Now, there's no, like I said, there's no guaranteed time. There's no average time a dark matter pops up. But let's say you're, like I said, 3 hours and 5 minutes, or maybe even 2 hours, or even if it was 5 hours or 6 hours. Tell me watching the video, how can you make 400,000 MT in 3 hours of playing MyTeam? Is there any game mode you can play triple threat online? Or you're gonna make 400,000 in 3 hours of playing triple threat or unlimited or even triple threat offline or from challenges? There's nothing you can do that's gonna make you 400, 300, even 200,000 MT within just a couple of hours or a few hours of playing. That's not possible. That's why it's worth it to be patient. Some of you guys say, I don't have patience. If you have patience, you'll make MT fast. If you don't have patience, you won't make MT fast. It's crazy how it works. Like, just being patient is gonna make you rich faster than not being patient will. And that's why I have the patience to use a filter for 11 hours if I have to. I've sniped on a dark matter filter for 11 hours straight. You know, and that's just, wilt is just one example. There's so many other dark matters. Even if you end up getting the cheapest one, which is like Bosch or D-Rose, like you're still making good profit off of that. Look at D-Rose. He's like around 250. Bosch is like a little cheaper maybe. Like even if you get one of those guys after hours, you're still making great profit off of them. And it's worth it to spend the time on it because you will see something. I guarantee you'll see something. Even if you don't see anything for a whole day, don't get discouraged. Your mindset should be, okay, I didn't see anything today. I'll try again tomorrow. That's all you need to think. I didn't see anything. That whenever I go a day without seeing snipes, even if I spend hours upon hours, I'm not discouraged. My mindset is, I didn't see anything today, I'll try again tomorrow. And that mindset is what brings me all this MT that I have. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys right now. If you follow these tips, you become rich and you do it fast. I made 1.3 million MT from sniping dark matters in 1 week. Literally 7 days, I made 1.3 million MT because I was patient. And I would go a couple days. Like I went a day or two, not 2 days in a row, but there was like 2 days within a week that I didn't see anything at all. They weren't back-to-back days, but I didn't see anything at all. And other people were seeing snipes that I wasn't seeing, and that happens sometimes. Snipes pop up for some people, but they don't pop up for other people. My guess is it has to do with the timing of your refresh, but it happens. Just don't get discouraged. Just accept it as a fact for what it is. But have the mindset that you're going to get a snipe. And if you stay patient and consistent and committed, you're going to get it. And you're going to make the MT. And you don't got to spend no money on this. I literally don't spend not a cent on this game. Not ever. Not 1 cent has been put into this game besides buying the game to make videos for it. That's it. I just snipe for all the MT that I have. And I make it so fast because I'm patient with the filters. I'll literally sit on this filter for hours if I need to. Now, I understand some of you guys don't have time. You got school, you got jobs. So my recommendation for you is sit on the filter for at least 1 hour. You can take 1 hour out of the day to sit on the filter. If you don't even have an hour, at least try 30 minutes, but I would at least say to do it for 1 hour. And within that hour, don't expect to necessarily see something. You can see something within the first 10 minutes if you're lucky, but you know, don't expect to see something within the 1 hour. If you do 1 hour sniping days every single day over a course of a week, I can almost guarantee you that you get something, or at least you see something. Whether you get something is going to be dependent upon your muscle memory and how fast you are at sniping, which, like I said, I have videos in the description to help improve. And so you're at 100k MT, you get a dark matter snipe, you sell it back, and you sell every single one back. No matter how bad you want to keep the card, you sell it back. Unless you're super rich like me, I'm at the point where I can keep cards if I snipe them, but I still don't. I typically sell them. But when you're under 1 million MT, I would say sell every card back, because you want to make a million MT as fast as possible, right? So it doesn't make sense to keep a card unless you get it for super cheap. If you get a dark matter snipe, I would say for like under 100, like significantly under 100k, maybe like 60k and under, like it's worth it. You can keep that card because it's not really going to hurt you. As long as you have enough to snipe more, if it were to pop up for 100k, then yeah. But don't use this filter if you don't have 100k, because then you're wasting your time. There's going to be a video popping up on the left side of the screen that explains to you step by step how to go from 0 to 1 mil. I didn't really do that in this video. This is more so how to get to it fast. So you can watch that video right after this one if you want to, and then also watch the videos in the description after that one so you can learn how to snipe fast.